Breaking news, Ukrainian drones strike Crimea bridge. Putin now wants peace.
The time is 1 a.m. across the Ukrainian battle zones, and we have breaking footage coming in from multiple frontline sectors. Tonight, we present exclusive drone operations that showcase the precision and skill of Ukrainian pilots operating in challenging conditions. These missions demonstrate advanced tactics being used to neutralize enemy positions and disrupt supply routes deep behind occupied territories. Our coverage tonight includes remarkable footage of pilots navigating complex obstacles and making split-second decisions that determine mission success. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel for daily updates and hit the notification bell so you never miss critical footage from the front lines. Now let's dive into tonight's operations. A fiber optic drone entered directly into a Russian soldier's dugout, but the device failed to explode. The soldier noticed the drone was still active and used his rifle to push it away, but the outcome was inevitable. Moving deeper into Russian-controlled territory, we shift our focus to the middle of a dense forest area. Ukrainian intelligence detected an enemy command post in this location and immediately dispatched FPV drones to the target. There is debris scattered throughout the forest, which reflects the careless behavior of the occupying forces. As the drone flies deeper into the wooded area, it locates the actual headquarters building with soldiers visible inside the structure. The drone operator then identifies another enemy hiding spot nearby. Flying inside this location, he discovers a truck that appears to be carrying ammunition and troops toward their forward positions. Rather than striking immediately, the pilot chooses to circle around and hit the engine compartment from the front angle to guarantee the vehicle cannot move anymore. During this same operation, a surveillance drone detects something concealed among the trees. Upon closer inspection, it turns out to be an artillery piece which was successfully taken out of action. Here we have an exceptional case where Ukrainian pilots managed to destroy an entire bridge using just a single drone. This bridge was being used to transport ammunition to the front-line positions. As the drone approached closer, the pilot observed that one side was protected with camouflage netting. Because of this, he decided to approach from the opposite side, but encountered the same protective covering there as well. The FPV continues moving forward, searching for any gap in the defenses, and eventually discovers an opening by flying underneath the bridge structure. However, a new obstacle appears at this point. The drone must travel to the far side where anti-tank mines are positioned. The operator makes the bold decision to navigate through a narrow gap above the mines. This maneuver carries significant risk but represents the only viable path forward, and he successfully completes it. The FPV reaches the other side where 15 anti-tank mines are laid out in front of the target. The resulting explosion is absolutely massive. The bridge suffers complete destruction, making it virtually impossible for any vehicles to cross this point. We also have images obtained from Russian sources showing this same bridge from ground level after the strike. The damage is catastrophic and will require extensive resources to repair. In the next clip, there was another target, which was a large hangar building, where Russian forces had established a storage facility for their equipment and vehicles. Once the drone enters inside, we observe several cars that appear to be civilian vehicles, and behind them, a camouflage net concealing a substantial quantity of various supplies and equipment. What captured the pilot's attention most, however, was a motorcycle parked in the corner. Following this, we see another Russian military truck. As the drone moves closer to this vehicle, a small dugout shelter becomes visible on the right side. But the pilot did not initially spot it, so the truck became the primary target for the first strike. The FPV operator then launches a second drone to investigate what might be hidden inside that dugout. Inside the shelter, the drone reveals numerous Russian artillery shells, which were successfully eliminated in a secondary strike. The destruction of these ammunition stores prevents them from being used against Ukrainian forces. This kind of two-phase operation demonstrates the careful planning and patience required for effective drone missions. Next, the pilot identified a Russian soldier who got lost in the middle of an open field. He was walking alone and suddenly became entangled in fiber optic cable and lost his ability to move freely while the drone was already closing in on his position. There was insufficient time for him to escape. Here we see another soldier who wandered away from his unit, but this one carries proper military equipment. Upon spotting the incoming drone, he immediately opens fire, attempting to shoot it down, but his initial shots all miss the target. Due to a minor error by the pilot, who was not performing evasive maneuvers aggressively enough, the soldier manages to damage one of the drone's engines with his gunfire. Surprisingly, the drone maintained flight capability until it delivered an accurate strike against the target. The resilience of these drones, even after taking damage, is truly remarkable and speaks to their robust construction. Now see this footage where Ukrainian FPV drones are destroying Russian military vehicles one by one. In this first clip, the drone locks onto an armored vehicle moving across open ground. The pilot keeps it steady and strikes directly, completely taking out the target in seconds. Next up, we see a supply truck desperately trying to escape. The driver floors it and races down a dirt road, but the drone catches up fast. Within moments, the truck bursts into flames and debris flies everywhere across the road. Here's footage of a critical strike. This command vehicle had been positioned near some trees and was calling in artillery strikes against Ukrainian positions for several days. The drone operator spots it and destroys it with a single hit, knocking out enemy communications for the entire sector. In this final sequence, multiple Russian vehicles are gathered in a staging area. The FPV drone hunts them down methodically. First strike hits a fuel truck, triggering a massive fireball. The explosion sends Russian troops scrambling away from their vehicles in panic. Then, a second drone appears and targets an infantry fighting vehicle that was returning fire. The impact is immediate and devastating. Watch how the drone operator adjusts the angle mid-flight to ensure maximum damage. Each strike is calculated and precise, showing the skill behind these operations. Another vehicle tries to move to safety but gets hit before it can reach cover. The coordinated attacks demonstrate the lethal power of modern drone warfare, as Ukrainian forces dominate from the skies and push back enemy advances across the battlefield. These FPV drones have changed how battles are fought, giving Ukrainian defenders a critical advantage. In this footage, the attack drone locates an enemy vehicle moving along a road. It immediately accelerates to catch up with the target, but the driver notices the threat and decides to bring the vehicle to a stop. With a well-placed strike, the vehicle is rendered immobile and cannot continue its journey. Over here, reconnaissance spotted a car that had been abandoned by Russian forces, which clearly held no further value to them anymore. The next target was another enemy shelter location, where they successfully hit an artillery system that had been firing on Ukrainian positions on a daily basis. Fortunately, during one of their reconnaissance missions, Ukrainian scouts identified the exact location where these attacks were originating from. They deployed multiple drones to permanently silence this threat. Further along, we observe another concealed position with a Russian air defense system hidden between the tree line. The following soldier attempted to hide himself in thick bushes, but the FPV drone locates him anyway and concludes this game of hide and seek. A similar soldier was discovered in nearby vegetation, and yet another one was found somewhere in the middle of a cemetery area. Another Russian vehicle met its end after departing onto the main road, where it was struck and destroyed. Finally, we come to one more hidden shelter where a Russian armored vehicle has been concealed from aerial observation. These armored vehicles represent high-value targets as they provide significant combat capability to enemy forces. Eliminating them before they reach the front lines prevents potential casualties among Ukrainian defenders. If you enjoyed this detailed coverage of drone operations, please subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to stay updated with the latest footage from the battlefield. Every subscription helps us continue bringing you these important updates. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next report.